So Alex, since I did the last one perfect, should I do this one with like a fancy voice or something like that, like a little accent?
Why don't you try and go for like 3 good ones in a row, and then you
Okay.
can go all cowboy on it.
Okay, shut up then. Hello and welcome to Deep Cuts the Game, the movie trivia podcast where I give my 3 contestants 3 different movies, and they try to come up with the most random, obscure, or minor actors from those films. The deeper the cut, the more points they get. I'm your host, Jeff Penn, and with me as always, all the way from Flin Flon, Manitoba, Alex Young.
Very close, Jeff. Fort Francis, Ontario, which is 2 hours from Manitoba, I'll have you know.
You sure it's not Frankenmuth or some sort of...
I did pass it on the way here. That's in Michigan. Fucking Christmas town. I want to address something before I get into the thing that I want to say. The hell was that voice, man?
It was good, eh?
It was very like, in a world. Like, what are you doing that you're doing it like a movie trailer? Who are you trying to impress?
Our guests, our amazing guests that we have here.
I bet it worked. I bet they're so impressed.
Let's bring them in right now because we've got... What? You have something better to say?
I have a funny story, Jeffrey.
Okay. Hey, everyone. Alex is going to tell us a funny story. Let's all grade it after.
I'm going to need a minute after that voice anyway, Jeff. I'm just going to need a minute. So please, Alex, with the funny story.
So, now that I feel very welcomed on the show that I caused. So, Jeff, as you told everybody, I'm very far from home. Long drive. And we stopped.
You're in the past.
I am. I'm in Central Time. That's how it's still in Ontario, different time zone.
Buy Bitcoin. It's going through the roof, man. Like things are happening.
I don't know how well you know time zones, but I'm not that far back.
Okay.
Like invest in Apple. So we stopped in an en route on the way here, and for anyone listening that isn't immediately our friends that don't know what an en route is, essentially like a rest stop, but it's higher end. They've got like a gas station, and there's usually like a Tim Hortons and a Starbucks and some other restaurants and like a gift shop and like decent bathrooms. So speaking of bathrooms, my partner and I went in to relieve ourselves and like get some gas, and the way they set up these bathrooms, they're kind of split. So like they can close half of like the men's room or half the ladies' room so they can clean them. And so I'm in that half of the men's room that's still open, and I can hear the janitor on the other side. And I am not exaggerating when I say I didn't see this dude, but he has smoked for 70 years. I am certain of this by his voice. And it is no exaggeration when I'm about to do the impression of him. But he was going through the stalls, and it was simultaneously the funniest and most heartbreaking thing that I ever heard. Because I'm like washing my hands, getting ready, and all I hear is, "Oh boy, that's a real bad one. Oh man." And he like does a little clean, and he goes next. He's like, "Oh no, this was even worse." And he's so loud, everyone can hear this guy. And he goes into the next, and he's like, "All right, only 3 more. Only got 3 more." And I'm like, oh my God, this poor guy. It's like 9:30 in the morning, and he's just working his way through, hating his life, presumably getting ready to go have another smoke. Anyway, that was like the first leg of my long ass drive.
All I can picture is Scruffy from Futurama.
Yeah, that's
Scruffy's got to clean another toilet. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you made it there and that you were able to take a pee or poo in a presumably clean toilet.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
That laugh you hear in the background is our first guest tonight. He's written himself an intro that I'm going to read.
Oh, well, that spoils it.
What was that laugh, man?
Oh, you'll see. Welcome to the show, former third baseman of a softball team I once played on as well. I mean, I think he played on the softball team that anyway.
Just read the man's intro.
Darren Cannon Arm Oliver.
Oh, you remembered. Oh, that's nice.
Darren is a video editor who, unlike the great Craig Smeaton, hasn't watched the credits of a movie maybe ever. His memory is purely trigger-based. A smell, an anecdote, that kind of thing. Without a trigger, he's essentially an etch-a-sketch shaken moments after anything happens. Because of this, he is wondering if a golf score style would be a good target. Lowest number wins. His favorite movies include Raiders of the Lost Ark, Momento, spelt Momento.
It was auto-corrected.
Auto-corrected incorrectly?
Yes, because
Auto
it was wrong from the very beginning.
The Usual Suspects, Run Lola Run, There Will Be Blood, among many others that he considers invaluable to his love of watching movies, but totally can't remember right now. Welcome to the show, Darren Oliver.
Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you having me on.
Well, thanks for coming, Darren. I know you're not like you like movies, but you're not a movie star.
You're not a movie star. Sorry.
I absorb movies the same way I absorb nutrients. At some point, I expel it and I never think about it again. So I don't really know how well I'm going to do on this show. There'll be a lot of description.
And I asked Darren, I was like, what are some of your favorite movies? And he gave me a list, and like 90% of them we had already done on the show. He's like, Con Air. And like, I was like, I can't do that one, Darren. We did it like 4 weeks ago. So,
and that's probably why I remembered it, because I heard it on your show.
He's like, yeah, I know everyone in Con Air.
I also want to say, I sincerely hope that Darren, with his smell-based memory, has just like a little kit of like essential oils right now, just all kinds of different smells. And then when you say the movies, he's just like, lavender, no, nothing. Okay, vanilla, that's it. And then he's got some random deep cut because it's brought back a childhood trauma that involves like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, there's going to be something, and I would prefer to go with scent-based over smell. I'll go scent-based next time.
Odor-based?
Maybe.
Not good.
Maybe. But yeah, I mean, I often have a lot of moments where something horrible happens smell-wise, and I go, oh, I remember that movie. And
I wouldn't say that on a podcast, man.
As long as it's not like the scene from Daddy Daycare where like the kid shits all over the bathroom and like Eddie Murphy's got to clean it up.
I haven't seen Daddy Daycare.
Nobody's seen that movie except Jeff.
No, but I'm thinking Slumdog Millionaire when he goes in and chases after that's the one where every so often I'm like, oh, that's such a good movie.
We have another guest. She doesn't have an intro for tonight because she's been with us before. What do I want to say here?
Boy, she really should have had an intro.
She had a very solid intro before. I will say she is a lover of disaster films, 90s thrillers, and just a joy to have on the show, Hilary Conahan. Hilary, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you for having me back.
Well, you were such a pleasure to have on last time. And we thought having you and Darren would be a yin and a yang of people here.
Yes, good choice. I'm excited to play with Darren. A little intimidated, but I'm told I shouldn't be, so bring it.
By anyone you ask, you will be told you shouldn't be.
In any context.
I can't think many names.
What?
How are you doing, Hilary?
Doing good.
Now, we had you on last time. Who did you play against last time?
I played against Craig Smeaton.
The
legend and the myth.
Oof. That's right. That was a tough one. But you had a good showing despite having to go against Craig Smeaton, our 3-time champion. I didn't
embarrass myself, but there's still today.
So tonight, usually I do a thing where I think of a movie and you guys try to guess what movie I'm thinking of. And for tonight, and maybe tonight only, I wanted to try a different way of deciding who was going to go first, second, or third. Alex and I used to play a game. Yeah. I mean, then I can do this podcast forever if everyone just keeps paying me $50 a night.
Money in my pocket.
That is so steep to pick where you go first, second, or third.
Yeah, because it really doesn't matter. So, Alex, you and I used to play a game we used to call the IMDb game, where we would pick an actor and try to come up with their 4 most known 4 films according to IMDb.
Which isn't always accurate.
True. So this time, though, I want to do the opposite of that. I'm going to give you an actor, and I'm going to give you 10 seconds, and I want you to write it down because I don't want someone playing off of someone else. So I'm going to give you an actor, give you 10 seconds, and I want you to try to think of the most obscure thing that this person has been in.
Oh, that's fun. I mean, I hate it in replacement of what movie am I thinking of, but I'll let it go this time only.
We can try it out.
I want to point out, though, what movie am I thinking of gets me off the hook. Now I have to expose how little I know.
I'm going to give you a massive star. So It'll be up to you to see. And do not give me any like, well, they were a guest on the Ellen show as on a talk show or something like that. I need movies or TV shows where they are acting, even if it's acting as themselves. So the actor that I'm going to give you tonight is Harrison Ford.
Oof.
What is your deep cut for Harrison Ford?
Fucking like Air Force One? I don't know.
He was the main character.
That's not my actual guess. He's the star.
So I'll give you a few seconds. When everyone's got it, I'd like to see you hold it up so that I know nobody's cheating, okay?
Question. Like his role is a deep cut, or the movie's like, I forgot he was even in that.
A bit of both. Like it could be a huge movie that he's got a small role in, or it could be a super tiny movie that he had a huge role in, but nobody knows that movie.
Okay.
I have a list. I don't have every Harrison Ford movie written down here, but I have a good chunk of them that I figure you guys might go to. And I
got mine, Jeff.
I'm just writing down movies from the 70s and hoping he was in it at some point.
Star Wars. Was he in that? Yeah, he was, Darren.
A little bit.
All right, Hilary, do you have one written down?
I do, but it's not a winner.
That's okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to throw out What Lies Beneath.
All right.
Star.
Yeah, but I mean, it's below a bunch of other things.
Not a lot of people saw it.
Yes, so it's a good movie. Michelle Pfeiffer, isn't that
Yes.
And it's yep. I was confusing it with To Jillian on her 37th birthday, also with Michelle Pfeiffer, but Peter Gallagher. And so I was like, whoa, Harrison Ford.
The eyebrows are different. That's so you can tell them apart. Thank you, Hilary.
Darren, what is your Harrison Ford deep cut?
Deep cut of Harrison Ford. I got nothing. I got only like
He's not even looking at the paper. He's still trying to think of a movie.
Because I just did some drawings and I wrote Easy Rider, but I don't think he was an Easy Rider. I don't know. I got nothing. I could name a Harrison Ford movie.
Name a Harrison Ford movie.
Well, you've already said Air Force One, so I'll just go with Air Force One and keep it there.
Okay, so Darren's in last place right now. Alex, what's your Harrison Ford deep cut?
One episode of The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones.
I'm not even going to bother checking that. I'm assuming he was.
Yeah, he was. He did it as a favor for George Lucas. He's got a beard.
All right. I mean, it's still not even a great deep cut.
It's not, because he's Harrison fucking Ford. Like, is he in The Outsiders? Is he in The Outsiders?
No, but he's in American Graffiti.
That's what I was thinking.
Good one. The Conversation, he's got a small part in.
Wow.
Oh my God, Apocalypse Now. He's got like 2 lines in Apocalypse Now.
Force 10 from Navarone. He also does a voice in The Secret Life of Pets 2.
Nobody saw that but you, man.
Exactly. I didn't see it. Or if you had given me something like Anchorman 2 would have been a good one. Mm. Or that Disney movie he just did, Call of the Wild, where he's like got a dog.
The star.
Yeah,
but the CG dog.
It's fucking better than What Lies Beneath. And
whoa.
You went after her first? That's so weird.
I was coming for you next, buddy. Don't worry.
Hillary's alum, so now she's not bulletproof anymore.
Yeah.
So Alex, you won. What do you think of that game? It's not bad.
It's fun. Can we do both?
What do we do the other one for? Oh, we can alternate maybe.
In the future. All right, maybe.
Okay.
I'll go third.
Alex is going third, as he usually does. Hilary, first or second for you?
What are the benefits again?
Benefits are, if you go first and you've got a great deep cut for one of these movies, you know you're going to get it, and you don't have to worry about someone stealing it. But then you have to wait all the way until it goes 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. So there's 4 other picks in between. So
right. So I'll go second.
It's also I think it's a good spot to go too.
And Darren,
no!
I'm gonna write down 1. There, I wrote down the number 1. That's my answer.
But that's the loneliest number that there ever was.
Until now.
What?
I am going to make 1. I'm bringing 1 back.
Because I think 0 might be in the cards for Darren tonight.
I'm optimistic. I'm going to be in Darren's corner. I've decided to be your champion, buddy.
One of these movies is so big that you can't get 0. Like it's so huge.
So don't challenge me, Jeff.
I'm going to give you guys this one first because, hey, coming up next week, we've got a big holiday in the U.S. So I'm giving you the 1996 film Independence Day. Oh, I see happy people, and then I see Darren. Then coming up from 2010, a little bit of Canadian, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
I do love that movie a lot.
And then lastly, because I think I've started to like putting in kind of like an indie film that maybe nobody has seen but has some crossovers. So I'm giving you guys the 2002 indie comedy Igby Goes Down.
Oh, girl, you know I haven't seen it.
There's some crossovers, so you may inadvertently get some of crossovers. I'll tell you this: there are 1, 2, 3, 4 crossovers between these 3 films. If you guess them, you get the points for all the films that they happen to be in. So take a few minutes, write down some names.
Nah, man, I'm ready.
Or descriptions in Darren's case.
If you can sketch them, that'd be great.
Guy
is
with
Independence
a face.
Day a foreign film, or is that's an American? That's a Hollywood film. Okay, that's Hollywood.
What?
What's
It's
happening?
It's like one of the biggest films of the 90s. I'll tell you, there's aliens, Darren.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Do I
they-
get points for saying there's aliens?
No.
If you can tell me who plays them, but I don't think anybody plays these.
No, I don't think anybody played them.
I love Independence Day, so this
Me
will be my clutch.
I just watched it, and that movie's ridiculous.
No, Jeff.
Ridiculously good.
No, I don't even have anything else to say. Just know you're incorrect. That movie fucking rules.
There's a part where someone punches an alien out through its mechanical exosuit and knocks it out.
Yeah, welcome to Earth. Come on.
Oof.
He knocks it out and knocks it out for so long that he's able to drag it 100 miles through the desert.
In his parachute, like
Yeah.
a boss.
Yeah.
And what the hell is that smell?
Yeah, that movie's awesome.
Darren.
Am I first? Oh wait, I did write first down. I did write first
Yeah.
down.
So you have your first deep cut guess.
God, I don't know.
God, I hope it's good. I hope it's,
I hope it's the star.
I don't even know if I could do the star from Independence Day. There's so many people in that.
Don't panic.
Pick one.
And here, listen, I'll tell you guys this. For Igby Goes Down, I figured since that would be a lesser one, I've actually upped the points a little bit on Igby Goes Down. So
Even
if you
for
do
the
have,
stars?
I mean, a little bit, yeah.
All right.
So
I've got nothing on Igby. Scott Pilgrim. I guess I'll just. I believe one of the boyfriends was Iron Man.
I know what you're saying. It's not Iron Man. He's a different superhero.
Can we give it to him?
Oh, sorry, no, Captain America. I meant
There
Captain
you
America.
go.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I meant
yeah,
Captain
yeah.
America.
No worries, no worries. Yeah,
The one that doesn't have the shield. That has the shield.
Chris
Yeah,
Evans,
that's
I
it.
think, is
Chris Evans. That's it.
evil ex-boyfriend number 2. If I'm
Lucas
not mistaken.
Lee.
That's I got that.
So he's 10 points. Darren, that's good, man. Hey, you 10 points. That's a double digit.
You're like already doing better than Jess Taylor.
I feel pretty good that I have 10 points for the one description I've written down.
For Iron Man.
You got time for the wrong Avenger.
Yeah. Hilary, you've
Okay.
got your first deep cut.
Independence Day. He was a 90s heartthrob, long hair. He was
my God.
also in Camp Nowhere. He was the boyfriend of
Holy shit. No, don't. You got it. You got it. You got
I
it.
can't
At
believe
Camp
you're taking
Nowhere.
that from me. I'm so mad, Hillary.
Oh my God. Where is his fucking name?
I don't
His name is Andrew Keegan from
yes.
10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh my God.
He is the guy that tries to have sex with someone's daughter in the back of a truck. And he's like, you don't want to die a virgin, do you?
Yes, that is his line. What a sicko.
Incredible.
Andrew Keegan is worth 18 points.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, enjoy your
Wow.
last time on the show, Hillary.
Wow.
No, I've been banned already.
This movie sounds very inappropriate. This Independence Day.
Soups approps.
There's so many. Every time there's a scene change and like the date comes up, it's like July 1st. Boom.
Very
It's
intense.
great.
Yes.
Alex, you have 2 deep cuts.
Okay, so my first one is, and I'm impressed myself because I'm pretty sure I remember his name, but James Duvall is in Independence Day. He was also in Donnie Darko as Frank the Rabbit.
Yes, he is.
And my own private Idaho.
James Duvall is worth 10 points, Alex.
Ah,
He's
that's
10.
bullshit right there.
I mean, he's no Andrew Keegan.
All right. So
And honestly, I will say this: watching Independence Day, I teared up twice.
because it's awesome, man.
Both had scenes with James Duval in it where he's like just proud, and I was like, fucking, I was
It's windy
just
in
a little,
here.
yeah. Alex,
All right.
what's your second?
My
deep
next
cut?
one, it's not as deep a cut, but I want the double points because I'm 97% sure he's an Igby goes down. But in Scott Pilgrim, Kieran Culkin?
Yeah, he is the star of Igby Goes Down.
Yeah, give me them 2 bonus points.
So you're getting 2 points for that, and then you're getting 4 points for Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
That was not worth it.
No, it wasn't. It was not a great because he's like a pretty big player in both films. Like he's the star in Igby, and he's like third in Scott
All right,
Pilgrim.
I'm only pulling better guesses then moving forward.
Yeah, so 6 points for Kieran Culkin on the double.
Hillary with one guess.
Oh yeah, Hillary's got a chance here to put some space between you and her.
Okay. Who shall I choose from Independence Day? The bigger or lesser star, I guess. I want to take a risk, but I don't. I'll save the risk. So let's go with the Andrew Keegan's girlfriend, who was also in Mrs. Doubtfire. She was the daughter of Mrs. Doubtfire.
Her name is Lisa Jacob.
Yeah.
Is her name, and she is the one that doesn't want to die a virgin. She is worth.
I don't think she goes through with it because her brother.
No, her brother.
What are you doing?
James Duvall drives her away. Yes,
that's right.
She is worth 12 points, so slightly more than James Duvall because nobody knows who she is, and she wasn't in Donnie Darko as Frank. Darren, we're back to you.
It's already back to 1.
Yeah,
you have guesses, man,
and you have two guesses right now.
2 guesses.
Yeah.
Can I do first and last name? I don't know what to do. Actually, I can't do first or last name, frankly. Okay, so in Scott Pilgrim, one of the guys in Scott Pilgrim is a guy that propagates like a few Wes Anderson films, and I can't remember his name, but he's got the dark hair, and he's like the broodier Jason Schwartzman, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. That is the last evil X. He's number 7.
Gideon Graves.
That's what it is.
Jason Schwartzman for 8 points. A
Very
solid 8 points. Alex, this may be an unpopular take, but I think Scott Pilgrim might be my favorite Edgar Wright film.
Yeah, that movie's awesome. Nobody would argue against that.
And I know what they might though.
Fun fact: Jason Schwartzman swallowed his gum in every take where he does the line, "You made me swallow my gum." He did it for real.
He's a method actor, I guess.
Right.
He's like, nobody will believe me if I don't actually swallow my gum. Darren, you have your third deep cut.
Oh, God. I'm so like Independence Day. I know there's a whole bunch of people in it. I did see it in theaters. It had like 0 effect on me. I'm really sorry. I did not cry. I did not tear up. Nothing. As far as Edgar Wright goes, I'm stalling here, but as far as Edgar Wright goes, I'm an editor, so I can sit and watch Baby Driver until I'm blue in the face because I will hold my breath through some of those scenes. Editing wise, I love it, but I do think Pilgrim is great, and I'm just gonna go with one of the girls in the band who happens to be Canadian, and that's Alison Pill.
Well done.
Nice pull. Alison Pill, one of Scott's ex-girlfriends. For 7 points for Alison Pill.
I am totally misleading you all here.
Yeah, you're doing.
You're like, I don't know who anyone is. The third.
Yeah, you gave me one movie I've watched with my kids. If I watch a movie with my kids, it might stick. So this is the one movie I've watched with my kids.
Hustling us.
Yeah.
Hillary.
Haha. Okay.
Your third deep cut.
That's actually a funny story. Sidebar. There's a song out there. And it goes like this. Ha ha, Hilary. Ha ha, Hilary. And it was on this obscure movie that we watched. And I was like, did they say Hillary? And I Googled it. And sure enough, so there's a song out there called Ha ha, Hilary.
Is it a real song or did your husband write it?
No, it's in a movie. Find it on YouTube. Shout out to that writer. Thanks a lot.
And is it the song is called Ha ha, Hillary?
I don't know. I haven't.
Because I want to know what I'm Googling here. Like,
maybe just Google haha Hillary.
Okay.
It'll come up. Anyways,
this is
my guess. Independence Day. He is, I think he works for the president. He's got white hair, tall, slender fella. He was also in the movie Blank Check, and he's in a lot of movies, but I don't know his name.
I think I know who you're talking
James? I don't know.
James?
No, I think you're right with James. I think you're right with James.
Looks
I
like-
just want to make sure we're thinking of the same guy.
Suit and tie all the time.
Is he the guy that lies about the aliens? Like he doesn't want to tell them?
Yes. He's like, that's not
James Redhorn.
entirely
Redhorn?
accurate.
Hmm.
That's the
He's in the movie The Game with Michael Douglas as the guy who runs the game, and then he's like jumps off the roof at the anyway. James Redhorn for 10 points.
nice. Okay.
Nice pull. Nice pull. Wow. And you even got the name James, which was surprising. I thought
Because-
maybe someone might know him from the game or something like that.
No, James Cromwell also buzzes around my head. when
Different
the-
man, but also old.
Also tall and
There you go.
slender, yes.
And in succession with Kieran Culkin.
Full circle.
Alex.
Yes.
You're on
Okay.
the
So
clock.
I'm going deep. The director in Scott Pilgrim at Casa Loma is Canada's own Don McKellar. He has half a line. I don't even think he gets to say action. I think Lucas Lee says it instead.
Lucas Lee says action. He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Don McKellar for 15 points.
Great. And I will take. There are 2 vegan police in this movie. And I'm going to give what I think is the slightly more obscure of the 2. Perhaps he's worth more points, but I'll take Clifton Collins Jr.
Clifton Collins Jr. is one of the vegan police with a nice little high five after
Yeah!
he is worth 18 points.
Yes!
Oh, we have a game, folks. We have a game.
Featuring Darren.
oh no.
No,
you know
it's true. I actually have points.
Darren's in it, man.
Wow.
He's still in it.
Wow.
Hillary,
Okay.
you have your 4th deep cut.
Okay. And is it my last?
No, there's 6 rounds. Hillary.
Okay.
Oh God.
Because I'm running out of names, I'm gonna go with my guess. And it's tricky because this is the mid to late 90s. He looks so much younger. Is it Harry Connick Jr.? Is the flight guy that Blank works with?
Yeah, you want to kick the tires and light the fires with Harry Connick Jr.
It's him.
It's Harry Connick Jr.
From Will and Grace and so many Christmas CDs.
He is worth 9 points as he dies very early. And it's really weird that his flight partner kind of does not seem fazed by the death of his best friend. Also, with the death of millions of Americans, so many people die. So many people die in that initial
But
attack.
they had stupid little signs on the Empire
that
State Building, so they had it.
whole city is wiped out, and people are like, "Meh."
And
we're
which city
okay.
is it, though?
Yeah, L.A., Chicago,
Fine.
New York,
New York.
D.C. Darren Oliver, you have your 4th and your 5th cuts.
Man.
You're still in the game, man. You're still in the game, and there's
No, I am not, Jeff. I am really I'm listening to Hillary pull out some brilliant ones. Alex will have a couple, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm looking at this and I have nothing else written down. So I just have to obviously I gotta get points on something. I suck at finding the obscure names, but was Bill Pullman in Independence Day?
he is, and guess
He's the
what,
president.
Darren?
Yeah.
He's also Igby's dad. in
That's what
Igby
I meant,
Goes
was-
Down.
Sorry, let me just say, was Bill Pullman in Igby Goes Down? I'm just trying to
Oh,
remember.
good one, Darren.
So he's 2 points for Independence Day as he is the president.
He makes the whole speech about how it's our Independence Day.
But he is 12 points for Igby Goes Down
Holy
because he has
fuck.
he's barely in it. He's barely in it. So 14
Oh my
points.
God.
Hillary,
For
that's
Bill
an appropriate
Pullman?
reaction.
This is so bizarre. And if I say Will Smith next and in like 5 movies, it's going to be
Spoilies.
ridiculous.
Darren, you have your 5th deep cut.
Oh God, that was like I don't know Igby Goes Down at all. Scott Pilgrim. I'm trying to think of anybody else in Scott Pilgrim, and I am drawing a blank. I'm assuming it was Will Smith in Independence Day. If I'll just say
Yeah.
Will Smith and hope for something.
It was, and you will get something. You will get 1 point. That's okay, man. Hey, you've got a higher score than some people. I think like you've got the same score that some people that have won with.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out on a 2-part turn, I got 15 points on that. Just
Yeah, I mean
had
that was
two-
solid. It was solid. It was
solid
one.
2 picks.
one
It was a
and
solid 2
14.
picks, guys.
I like that you like to point out. You're like, I want to point out. Remember that time I was good?
You remember one pick ago when I got 14 points because I just got one.
I think you guys need to learn to value me more.
And also, I wasn't even sure that Will Smith was in that movie when I picked him. So
To not have the confidence to know that this Will Smith vehicle has Will Smith in it is astonishing. You're like Men in Black. You're like, it's Tommy Lee Jones and another guy. I don't know. The dude from The Fugitive.
I told you I don't have the capacity to hold on to certain information, and I am not ashamed of it until this moment.
Watch him.
Thank
pull
you,
out
Alex.
a 40-point guess in his last guess and just trounce it.
I was gonna say 90% of the lines Will Smith says in this movie are catchphrases. Like they're all catchphrases. Like there's never anything to like move the plot along. It's always like, you know, until the fat lady sings or something. Like it's always just a catchphrase. Like always. Hilary, you have your. Do you guys want to know what the score is? What
Yes.
we've got, like, okay. No, or do you want to wait till you have your last cut so you know
I'm
what you
gonna
need to
change
pull?
my picks.
Okay. Hilary, you've got your 5th cut.
Okay. Independence Day.
Obviously.
Holding on to it. He is also in Mrs. Doubtfire. He is Robin Williams' brother or co-worker.
Oh, yes. He was going to be one of my guesses.
Harvey, and he's like, I gotta call my mother.
I should have called my mother. He also does voice in Mulan.
His name is Harvey Firestein.
There it is.
He's worth 8 points.
Wow, surprising. But fine.
Yeah, he's hiding under the desk in the building. like he's going to be safe when the building blows up. He's under a table. Alex,
serious it is.
you have your last 2 cuts.
These are my last 2.
This is it.
Frickin' frack. Okay, so in Scott Pilgrim, he plays Cormu, who's like at the party, and they're like, "Do you know who this girl is?" And he like knows everybody. And he was also in Mad Men, and he's not in Glow, but he was in Mad Men. And I don't remember his name.
Yeah, he's in Veep. He's in New Girl. He's in The Office. Is like one of the IT guys that works on their computers.
Yeah.
And nobody knows his name. His name is Nelson Franklin, and you're right. Yeah, his name is Como. I think in Scott Pilgrim, he is worth 16 points.
I'll take it. Okay, and I got one last one that I just remember when Darren was talking. I don't know what Darren said that reminded me, but I'm like, oh my god, that person. So
Was it Will Smith?
When it was Will Smith, and I'm like, oh, that's right. I should do the other co-star. The guy from Jurassic Park. No. In Scott Pilgrim, when Knives and Scott play their like ninja game, and then also over the closing credits, there's an actor that does the voice of basically the countdown, like, would you like to continue? And it's Bill Hader.
It is. It's Bill Hader is the voice for 15 points.
Only 15?
What are you crying about, you giant baby?
Should have been 20.
What do you mean 20? He's Bill Hader.
That's a huge
Yeah, but nobody knows that.
You just knew it right now.
Yeah, because I'm a huge ass nerd, Jeff. You know what? I made myself sad. Never mind.
damage is
Hilary, you have your last cut. I don't know if you can bring it back at this point. Alex is kind of
fine.
He's nerded it up here with his last 2 picks.
Pew, pew, pew. Those are my nerd guns.
Okay, I'm gonna go the little boy, Will Smith's son in Independence Day. He was Nicky, I think, in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Whoa.
Yeah, and he was also in the Little Rascals movie is Buckwheat.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah. what are you who are you talking to?
No, that's not him.
Like not the 1930s Little Rascals.
I know Little Rascals very
the
well.
ones from like the 90s. Like go
you
look at his IMDb page. He's from his name. Now, to be fair, Hilary did call us out after we did the Ferris Bueller's episode, and we all talked about Jeffrey Jones as though he was dead.
And
is he not dead?
No. He's not dead. We all kind of assumed he was dead because
I mean, he's in actor jail because I think he should be in regular jail.
Yes.
Canceled?
Hillary. Well, he
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Canceled.
yeah. Hillary. Let me find this kid's
Cosign from
name.
Hillary.
His name is Ross Bagley.
Okay.
I don't know if he was in.
Is he Ed Begley Jr.'s son?
It's Bagley,
Oh, okay.
Alex. Ross Bagley. That's a good pull. That was 15 points for Ross
Yes.
Bagley. Same as Bill Hader, Alex. So are you going to cry about that?
Yeah, Bill Hader's not even on screen.
Yeah,
This kid's in Little Rascals, famously.
Famously, Little Rascals, 1994.
Unless you're Hillary, in which case, like, in Little Rascals. Fuck you. No, he's not. I don't accept that.
He's the little kid in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
And no other things.
And that's it. Yeah, there was some rage there. I was appreciating that from here.
Really surprised.
Darren, you have your last cut. It's not going to make a difference in the standings. But
What says you?
Okay, man. What do you got?
Oh, I have to guess now.
Yeah, you do.
Oh God. See, all right. I the only thing that I can think of is that the one thing I remember about Independence Day. So this is a walk with me. Maybe you'll give me the points, maybe you won't. But isn't the guy I don't know if I should call him Weasley or not, but the guy with the glasses and the brown hair who directed the movie, isn't he in the movie as well? The
Roland Emmerich?
I don't think Roland Emmerich's in
He
it.
never made it into the movie?
No, I'll let you. Do you want to try something else? What else you got first, Darren? I don't want you to go out.
I got literally, I don't even remember who else was in the movie.
Are you familiar with the chaos theory?
Whoop, good pull, Hillary.
No.
Does anyone have a glass of water that's maybe you can trickle over their hand for someone here?
God forbid someone mutates their DNA with a fly.
What? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum was in Independence Day?
He's like the co-star.
Oh, man, that sounds like a good cast.
And you know what?
God damn
Alex,
it.
Darren, you did it again because he's also in Igby Goes Down as Igby's godfather.
Oh no.
Watch Darren steal it now with that guess that we gave him.
No,
Yeah,
it's 2 points and 5 points because he's like, yeah. But it's
Man.
7 points total.
You guys suck at giving hints. There had to have been someone better.
So
Yeah.
I got a couple more on my list that I want to like quickly throw at you.
Do
Sure.
it.
So in Igby Goes Down, is Amanda Peet the female lead in that movie?
Amanda Peet is the female lead. She's a dancer who had sex with Igby.
So my other guesses for Scott Pilgrim that I don't think were worth as much: Brie Larson and Johnny Sims.
So Johnny Sims is young Neil.
Mm-hmm.
12 points.
Okay.
Brie Larson 10.
And what about Ellen Wong? I know she's like the star, but I feel like a lot of people don't know her name.
Yeah, I have her as 10 because I didn't
That's
think anyone
fair
would
enough.
really know who she is from Glow.
And for the only one on Independence Day that Hillary didn't steal from me, because she took Avi Firestein, is Brent Spiner.
Brent Spiner is the lead scientist. I had him as 8.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh.
Because he's also somehow in the sequel. Like he isn't
really?
for sure murdered in that first one.
Yeah, he was dead.
Yeah, the alien talks with his dead throat.
You guys missed a huge double dip deep cut. The president's daughter in Independence Day is an actress by the name of Mae Whitman, who is also
and Scott
one of the evil, and Scott Pilgrim is one of the evil exes that he punches her in the boob.
Yes.
So she would have been 11 points for Scott Pilgrim and 13 points for Independence Day because she's got less screen time than the Little Rascal does.
For sure.
So that could have been a big one. Independence Day. Darren, I was so surprised that you didn't pull Randy Quaid because you had mentioned
I had mentioned Randy Quaid for your show.
Yeah,
I think he'd be delightful.
Yeah, on the Q&A thing I put at the end of the last episode was like, hey, if we could have a celebrity on, who do you think we should get? And Darren responded, Randy Quaid, because I think he sounds fun.
Look, in fairness, I think he's gettable.
Probably. Yes.
Honestly, I don't think we could even get him. No offense. Especially around Christmas time, I bet he's booked.
Very true.
Is there a third Quaid? Can we get the third? Let's get Jack Quaid. Jack Quaid be huge.
Yeah, he's in Toronto.
Yep.
Adam Baldwin, also in Independence Day. Vivica A. Fox, not a great pull, but she's there. Let's see. I always love this guy. He always shows up. Leland Orser The
No.
guy in 7 that has sex with the prostitute, the sex worker with the knife,
Mhm.
is
Oh.
one of the scientists that the alien kills when they're dissecting him. He gets cut open. The dad from the Wonder Years, Dan Lauria, is a military general. And then from The Office, the black guy from the other office that gets... What is it?
Stanley?
No, not Stanley, but when Stanford gets combined and they think, he's like, oh, it's a black guy. Someone committed a crime here and they think it's him, and it was him. He's a scientist that helps Jeff Goldblum write the code to hack into the computer. Alex, Frank Welker does voices of the aliens.
Why do you say this to me like I love Transformers?
Yeah, but Frank Welker does voices in everything. He's always just, anytime there's an alien...
He's a voice actor.
Okay, well, you could have
It's
said
like
him
saying
about
like
a lot of
Tom
things.
Hanks does acting in all these movies. Like, well, yeah, it's his job.
Fine. Igby goes down. Claire Danes, Ryan Felipe, Rory Culkin plays young Igby, and that's about. And Jim Gaffigan plays a hotel maitre d'.
Jeff, you love Jim Gaffigan.
I do love Jim Gaffigan. Scott Pilgrim, you got your Clifton Collins, but you didn't go back for Thomas Jane,
No.
which I thought you would have done. And then Brandon Routh, Superman, is also one of the evil exes. But yeah,
He's
you
the
guys
vegan.
did pretty.
He's a vegan who has chicken parm and doesn't realize that it's not vegan.
Yeah, chicken's not vegan. Yes. So well done. So Alex, I've decided the winner. This is what the winner gets to do. Much like Darren suggested, Randy Quaid be a guest. I would like the winner to suggest someone that we try to get on the show. You can go as big as you want,
Or realistic.
realistic. And what I'll say is, if we get this person at some point in the future, even years down the road, whoever suggests the person will get a t-shirt, a Deep Cuts t-shirt, and whoever somehow makes it happen. Because I'm going to start putting this out on social media, just that we're trying to get this person. I'm going to go after them hard. If somebody can help make that happen, I will get a tattoo, which I have none currently, of whoever that celebrity or star, whatever they want me to get. So
Great.
Of
Because
a-
if I won, Jeff, I'm warning you now, my celebrity guest that I want is Darren's wife.
What?
No, that doesn't count. No,
that counts.
no,
She's a celebrity.
no,
so
no.
whatever tattoo she wants, which I assume will be Darren's face, is going to go on your back.
No, and it's gonna be like a small, like we're talking like a name or something like that.
Feel
And
a
I don't-
lot pedaling all of a
I
sudden.
don't-
Yeah, you're backpedaling.
I don't want to throw any shade at Darren's wife, but do you know her first name, Alex?
No, but I can tell you she was either Tansy or Roosevelt on Tansy and Roosevelt. Because
I
my sister
believe
watched those
if a
DVDs.
tattoo is if a tattoo is going to happen, I can make it happen. I can get her on the show.
No, could you get your wife to come on the show if I got a tattoo of her name on my arm? No, that's
But
not-
only if the stakes are really high. Otherwise, she
Right.
wants nothing to do with it.
Nah.
We can't even get
No.
her.
Yeah.
No.
No. This has got to be like a legit person that we don't already know. That's my stipulation. It can't be like. And listen, hey, if you
I
happen
spoke
to go
too
out
soon.
and run into like Ryan Reynolds at McDonald's and pitch it to him, and he's like, "Sure, I'll give you that one," but it doesn't count for like people you know.
I kind of think you're throwing out some names here, Jeff, and I just want to tell you to maybe take a page out of my book and lower your expectations a bit.
Ryan Reynolds. Right.
Yeah, because I'm sure he's always eating at McDonald's, right?
Yeah, he looks like the type to frequent McDonald's.
In Ontario.
Yeah. No, they have
Wait.
McDonald's in Vancouver. It's fine.
Alex is almost in Manitoba at this point, so you never know.
That's true.
That's
It's just
true.
a hop, skip,
We
and a
do
jump.
travel.
to Old BC. Pick up Van City Reynolds himself.
Boom.
Because that's what I was thinking. I would get a nice little Van City Reynolds on the arm. So, but that's not going to happen. So I'm not super concerned about it.
Why don't we find out who won, Jeff?
Alex, you won 80
Fuck off.
points.
Really?
Hillary 72. Darren
Wow.
47.
Nice.
Darren.
That is
6.
honestly 40 points more than I thought I was going to get.
It's pretty
Honestly.
good. It's pretty good. And if Hillary, if you had pulled Mae Whitman instead of say Harvey Firestein, I think you would have won.
Well, I did not know that little girl was.
It was only
from
no.
first.
And I regret, I'll be honest, I regret, no offense to Kieran Culkin, because if we can get him, great. But I regret pulling Kieran Culkin.
Mhm.
Because I should have just gone with my Johnny Sims or my Brent Spiner.
Nice try.
Right.
Hey, but hey, you won. A win's a
win.
win, buddy.
So I get to pick
You get
Your
to
celebrity tattoo?
pick your celebrity that we will try to get on the show this week.
Rosabelle. Okay, no. Let's go with Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it's still too big for us to get on.
Sure.
But I
That's
like
my
Jack
guess,
Quaid.
Jack
Are you
Quaid.
watching The Boys, the new
I've
season?
watched
Or
the
are you
first episode, and then I've kind of fallen behind, but I'm totally caught up on
Okay.
Acolyte. If anybody want to get real into Star Wars right now, let's do it.
I'm all caught up on Acolyte too.
Man, that show rules.
Does it?
Yep.
Because I'll just say this. I don't know if Hillary and Darren are watching.
Also, don't spoil anything for our listeners, also.
I mean, not going to talk about anything from this week's episode,
Right.
which won't air until Sunday anyway. So if you're 5 days behind, that's your problem, not mine. But I'm going to talk about episode 3, I think it was.
Okay. The first
Where
time we got
there's-
to meet Jason Mendoza? Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. The Wookiee Jedi.
Yeah.
So cool. So cool. A Wookiee Jedi, Darren. A Wookiee who's also a Jedi.
I'm trying to get my head around it.
Guess how much we get to see him fight, Darren? 0. He dies.
Oh, Jeff, I got a series of books for you you're going to love. They're called Star
I'm just
Wars
saying,
The
like-
High Republic. And Avar Chris's Padawan is a Wookiee, and he's awesome. And he's
That's cool.
in
It's a book.
so many of those books.
It's a book, so I'll have to visualize it still, much like the fight that this
Oh,
Wookiee
no, you got to use your
died in.
brain.
I'm just saying, I'm watching
This is an uncomfortable fight.
if I'm going to watch a TV show about Jedis and they're fighting, and you give me a Wookiee who's a Jedi, let me see him fight. Don't just cut back to him and he's dead on the ground. I'm like, what? Somebody
Spoiler.
killed this Wookiee? I don't know. That was a
Spoiler.
little disappointing to me. But otherwise,
Sorry,
it's-
Jeff. I'm into the show. I think it's great. I'm a big fan. I like it a lot.
I have no problem. I don't have a real problem with the show. I just thought that was a little bit of a letdown.
You're like, other than this big list of problems, number
No.
1. And no, I'm kidding. You're fine.
No, I'm not the internet. I don't have a real
Yeah,
problem.
fuck the
Sure.
internet, eh? Jesus Christ.
No, the show's not that bad. It's fine. The Jedi suck at fighting is all I'll say based on the last episode.
No, they were pretty good. It was awesome. I like that show. It's a cool time.
Hillary,
Yeah.
I know you're dealing with kids and stuff like that. Do you have anything that you're watching that you want to tell people about? I know usually people don't have anything to promote because we're just people, Hillary.
Yeah.
We don't have a one-man show that we're doing anywhere, but what are you doing that you might want to tell
Nothing more
people
than
about?
Darren to have a one-man show to promote.
Yeah. Are you trying to get me to plug your show here?
No. Plugging my show here on Deep Cuts does us
Makes
no
sense.
good. Yeah. It's about as useful as me plugging it all over the internet.
Right.
Nobody fucking cares.
You're doing a great job. And
What are you watching, Hillary?
right now I am watching. What am I watching? I can't tell you what I'm watching because it's Real Housewives related. You know that. You know I am a huge fan of that, and that's all I watch. So,
That's right.
sorry.
You're
about
a real basic bitch, if I'm not
that.
mistaken.
Exactly. As
Yes.
per my first episode, a real
Yes.
bitch.
Darren, what about you? Are you working on anything that's coming out that people might see? You are a video editor, after all.
I work on features for a certain network that shows sports, and they come out regularly. So keep your eyes open for really awesome features on a network that shows sports. But I did start season 3 of The Bear.
So some
and
sort
I
of
w-
sports network.
It is some sort of network that handles sports.
Okay.
I will say this. I have enjoyed The Bear. At times been really excited about how the show has been put together.
Mhm.
And I will say that for season 3, episode 1, my wife, who some of you are familiar with, was sitting beside me and said, "Oh, I really hope they do a recap of the season because we're old and we like things to be handed to us gently." And we haven't looked at season 2 in 3 months, 4 months maybe. So season 3 starts with maybe one of the most enjoyable, well-executed recaps of a series I have ever seen.
Ooh.
And it's a half an hour episode that resets you for what you have seen without going through the last time. And it is really, really well done. That show continues to be a delight visually. It's not always perfect. No show really ever is, but it's a delight visually. So The Bear season 3, episode 1, thumbs up.
Oh, they really needed your support, Darren. That Emmy darling. Like, oh my God.
I suspect to see my name endorsing it on the Disney Channel next time.
I'm glad to hear they have like a decent recap off the top, because the one for House of the Dragon, because it's been like 2 years since the first season aired, and before the season 1 premiere or season 2 premiere, they had like a 2 and some odd minute recap. I'm like, thank God. And they went through everything, and the recap ended. I'm like, fuck. I don't know.
I still don't know what's going
anyone
on.
is. I don't know where we are. And it literally started. It's like, so-and-so's on the throne. I'm like, why? Who? What? And then I spent the entire episode trying to like remember who everyone was. And they brought in like the female lead. I'm like, why isn't she the queen? I'm like, oh, right. All of the last season. And I still don't know what's going on. But Matt Smith's in it, and there's some dragons. So that's fun.
Is there a time jump in this one again?
No, we're now
Because
like
midway through season 1, was there not a time jump?
There were several, because they had like 3
Okay.
different actors and actresses playing like the main kids, because we jumped through time. But in this one, it's like, it's just like the next day or whatever.
Okay. Alex, what do you got going on?
Not much. I'm in Fort Francis, sunny Fort Francis, where it's cold, and there's still that random bug in this basement that I'm afraid of. But nothing to promote, nothing exciting going on. Everything I do is this podcast, and then much like Sam, I just sit quietly and wait a week until Jeff
Have
calls.
you, like, when you're out in Fort Francis, are people stopping you, like at the Tim Hortons and stuff? Like, hey, are you Deep Cuts Alex? Like, you sound so
Only
familiar.
when they hear my voice. They're
Okay.
like, wait, are you the best part of that show we listen to every week and we can't wait for it? I'm like, yeah, I am. Thank you so much for asking.
The one drive-through operator every time. Every time.
That's right.
Alex, have you sent me this week's outro yet?
I just sent it to you right now.
Okay.
There it comes.
Am I reading this as written? Is this,
As written.
Okay.
It does say name for winner, but you can put in my name on that
Okay.
one this time.
Holy shit, this is a long one. Okay. Let's see.
By the nickel.
I think you made that joke last
You
week.
did that joke already.
Listen, it's a good joke. It's an evergreen joke, and it's not like we have repeat listeners.
There's a difference between good and evergreen, Alex.
You know what? You're not wrong.
All right. Okay. I'd like to thank our contestants, Hilary and Darren. A big congratulations to this week's winner, Alex Young.
Woo.
I'd love to say you won the grand prize of a trip around the world, but you did not. Obviously, because the earth is flat. An undisputable fact that I, Jeff Penn, firmly believe.
Jeff,
I'd also
you
like to thank
shouldn't bring your politics into this podcast, man. It looks
science,
badly
Alex.
on you.
It's science.
Ugh.
I'd also like to thank my super cool co-host, Alex Young. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and anywhere you get your podcasts. I'm Jeff Penn. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Good job, Jeff. You didn't do it in the movie voice, but we'll accept it.